Preparing for birth. When you become pregnant, it seems like every mother, even strangers, will want to tell you their birth story. Unfortunately, the worse their delivery, the more they need to tell you every detail. Of course, this is the last thing you want to hear. Women with quick, easy deliveries do not have this same compulsion to share, so you only end up hearing the horror stories and rarely get an accurate image of a typical delivery. When someone begins to tell you their story, feel free to interrupt and ask if it was a good delivery. If it wasn't, just stop them right there. They're not helping you, even if they think they are. They're just processing their own experience and see you as a captive audience. You don't need to hear it. You are not their therapist. Most women begin pregnancy with a vision for how they hope the delivery will go. What ultimately happens is you get the care and treatment you need, but it's not always what you planned for. Taking a birth class is a good way to prepare. A good birth class should teach you the basic stages of labor and how to recognize them, coping strategies, what to pack, when to call your obstetric provider, and what your options are. In addition, birth classes should cover how to care for your baby after delivery. Once we go home, we may have less support. Even experienced pediatricians feel a bit lost when they come home with their own first baby. So when you pick your prenatal class, ask what they teach about newborn care and breastfeeding. As you enter your third trimester, figure out who you would like to have visiting you and when. I've created a visitor plan for you to fill out. It's super helpful to take time to figure out this in advance. People get a little crazy about seeing a new baby. During birth and the weeks after, you will feel exhausted and vulnerable. Having people who are supportive and limiting those who are draining is super important. Create a plan that works for your family's needs. In addition to the other parent, decide who you want to support you in the delivery room. Ask yourself who's comforting and who's calming. Who do you know you can count on to keep their cool and help you keep yours? That's the person you want in the room with you. Lots of people might want to be there. You might feel obligated to have people even though you know they stress you. You do not have to let people in the room that you don't want there. In fact, you shouldn't. As a parent, you will have to set boundaries and limits to protect your child. This is your first step in practicing setting a limit to protect this moment. Ask your partner or friend to support you in this. Discuss your visitor plan with your partner, and when you've come to an agreement, request that your partner help set the boundaries needed. What to keep in mind. You'll be focused on the task at hand, not hostessing. During labor, you're in a vulnerable state. You're generally not as dressed and covered as normal. It's common to have a bowel movement. You are pushing a baby out. Your body will get anything that might be in the way out first. Consider hiring a doula if you feel you could benefit from extra support. After delivering a baby, you'll feel profoundly exhausted. You'll have no energy for entertaining swaths of family members and friends. Who do you want there? Who is important to you and your family? Who do you not want to be there? When you return from the hospital, schedule visitors in such a way that you have time to nap or rest. Caring for the baby is overwhelming at first. You will have little time or energy to be hostess, and the little moments you do have are needed for taking care of you. Let people know that they should ask before coming over. If you have the type of family who will come over no matter what, allow yourself to be pampered or ask to be pampered. Assign others the duty of host and feel free to excuse yourself if you need a quiet moment. Put a sign on your door. Don't ring the bell. Don't come in if you haven't been invited. Often family and friends from farther away might want to stay at your home during the delivery. House guests can be difficult during the easiest of times. I highly recommend that you allow people who are helpful guests, the closest of family or friends who will help take care of you and your baby. Everyone else can stay at a hotel or perhaps wait to come later. How you implement these rules must be done very carefully. Saying no to family can be like stepping on a minefield, particularly with your parents or in-laws. They have probably been looking forward to becoming a grandparent for a couple decades, perhaps longer than you've wanted to be a mom. They long for the return of loving a little baby. It's a magical time, especially when you forget how exhausting it is. So if a family member is a draining person, consider allowing shorter visits or taking naps when they come. Tread carefully. Your plan will need to be a balance between protecting you from the unnecessary stress and avoiding a family blow-up.